Look at these guys. Oh, look at these guys. Huh? Check that out. Hey y'all, welcome to NashFMWisconsin.com. This is another edition of The Confessional, and I'm not sure yet. I think we may be calling this like Carson's Critters. I don't know yet. The name is definitely a work in progress, but we're here with Nikki, aka Betty Boop, and we're just doing this little thing where we're going to visit humane societies, animal shelters, rescues, and see how they've got things going, see what works for them, and see if it's something that we can maybe bring to other organizations throughout northeastern Wisconsin, some ideas that can help generate revenue there. And then maybe along the way we can create some kind of, who knows, maybe like a fund that throughout the year we can do different things to supply the fund, and then when organizations like this one need it, we can swing in and throw a little money their way and give them some help. Green Lake Area Animal Shelter. That's where we're at now. It's where we're going to be for a couple minutes. What we're going to do now is we're going to head up front. We're going to meet the people who run the place. We're going to get Nikki in front of the camera here, aka Betty Boop, and we'll have some fun and see where it goes. See what's happening next.
Hi, I'm Nikki Coronas, aka Betty Boop, and I'm here with Janine at the Green Lake Animal Shelter, and we're going to take a little tour here of the facility and ask Janine some questions about all the fine work that they're doing here. And Carson is behind the camera, National 1.5 FM, so we are off and rolling today on our first official shelter visit this summer. Janine,
all right, let's go.
Typically, how fast is your turnover here as far as adoption for cats and dogs?
We do very well with dogs. We have a great adoption rate for dogs. We're lucky enough to be in a position where we can help out other shelters a lot. I know we've worked back and forth with the Oshkosh Humane Society here and there, so but we do great with dogs. I think any shelter anywhere in the country will say it's a completely different ball of wax with cats. You see a lot more cats. It seems like there are less people coming to shelters for cats than come for dogs. We do the best we can. For the most part, the cats that are healthy and friendly and adoptable get adopted, but it's all subjective. It's just a matter of every day. It's new situations and making new decisions, and right this minute we're in great shape. I have to knock on some wood. There are some empty cages, and we have some pending adoptions, but it goes in waves. I think you see that at Oshkosh probably too. It goes in waves.
Yes.
So we might have a few days where we don't get in any cats and do a bunch of adoptions, and then we'll have a couple of weeks where nobody's coming in to adopt, or we're getting in 10 cats a day. So
exactly.
You just
I need to know what your model is.
You need to know.
Yeah, it's important for you to know that.
When we refer to ourselves as like a type of shelter or something like that, we call ourselves an open admission shelter, which means we don't turn people or animals away. We don't charge a fee for people to bring their animals. The Humane Society of the United States sets down their 7 basic policies for operating a humane society or animal shelter. That doesn't mean you have to follow them. I personally have always thought they were a good set of policies, so we do follow them here at our shelter, and you can just Google them and look it up. But 2 of them are accept every animal brought in to you and don't charge a fee for surrendered animals. And it's just something we feel really strongly about. My experience has always been that, not just at this shelter but at other shelters, when you tell people we'll take your cat and there's a $20 fee, they'll set up the appointment and they don't show up.
Yeah.
And when I first started here, some different policies were in place, and one of the policies that was in place was to charge a fee. We didn't get a lot of owner-surrendered animals, but we got a lot of animals left on our doorstep overnight. Once we switched to not charging a fee and not turning people away, that just really decreased. So we'll still get animals here and there, and it's just something that happens in animal shelters, but we don't turn people away. We get an awful lot of animals. I would say probably half of our owner-surrendered cats were turned away from other shelters, or people couldn't afford the fee that was charged.
What's up, buddy?
So I got a grant to do this project last year, so tore the whole thing out. A brand new slab. It's sloped. So,
Tell us a little bit about that grant.
it was through the St. Croix Valley Community Foundation, and they actually only fund shelters that are not no-kill and are open admission. So if you charge a fee to accept animals, this is not why this is our policy. This is just a grant that happens to fall within, our parameters. If you charge a fee to accept animals, or you put people on a waiting list, or you do any sort of marketing as no-kill or anything like that, you're not eligible for their grant program. So
See, that's kind of what this is all about, is finding things like that the next shelter that we go to may not be aware of that.
Sure.
Maybe it's newer, maybe the people that are there are not up to speed on all this kind of stuff, where we can say, hey, did you know about this?
Well, after I tell you about this, I'll tell you about a really great opportunity that I don't think a lot of shelters know about, and it worked out well for us.
All right.
But so I got a grant to cover some of this. So a slab, people think dogs should be on grass. You can't sanitize the grass.
That's
So
right.
they get walks, but for just purposes of the shelter, we have to have some surfaces that can
Exactly.
be bleached and stuff. So everybody's got shade. We can open them up so they can have the whole thing to play. Because it's, one kennel leads into another. So yeah, this has been great.
Aww.
Look at her, and then you moved your leg.
I'm sorry. There, now I get a show. Sorry.
He's a cat man too,
There you
so
go.
that they know this.
Oh, I got a visitor on my lap. Hi here.
My kitty at home's gonna wonder who I've been hanging out with.
I was gonna say, traitor, you've been cheating on
No
me.
doubt. So tell us a little bit more about this other grant that you were talking about.
A lot of, I think most shelters would agree that at any moment you're going to have some huge crisis that you need to deal with, where it's 50 animals or 100 animals. And all of a sudden you have to act right now, regardless of whether or not there's any money in the bank. A couple of years ago, almost 2 years ago, we got the 51 toy fox terriers out of the house just on the edge of Green Lake County. PetSmart Foundations, PetSmart Charities has a great grant program for these kind of situations. The grant application is very fast and easy to do. So, and then the turnaround time is very quick. So those dogs cost us, I think, about $17,000 to care for, spaying and neutering and all their health issues, and all of them need to have dentals and whatever. But in the midst of, one day we knew about this, the next day we were there pulling 50 dogs out of this house, and then it's just the 4 of us working here, and now we've got, instead of having 20 dogs in the building, now we have 70 dogs in the building to care for. It was an easy enough grant application that I did it in an afternoon, and we got $6,500.
Nice.
So it didn't cover the whole thing, but it's a nice chunk of change, and it was super easy. So any organization that's dealing with an all of a sudden crisis sort of situation, take the time to find PetSmartCharities.org, I think, and find this, I don't know what they call it, but it'll be clearly labeled as,
Yes.
crisis grant, and it's very easy, and the turnaround time is fast, because I think it was less than 2 weeks and I had that money. So that was good. So that helped a lot.
That's great.
So I don't know that a lot of shelters know about that, and
Good to know.
it's very easy to
Exactly.
do, yeah.
Exactly. Way cool.
Yeah.
Yes,
That is awesome, huh, Nikki?
it is.
Betty Boop.
Carson.
Nikki plays the role of Betty Boop.
I've heard you.
Have
on
you
the
heard Betty
radio.
Boop?
Oh gosh, yeah, that's starting to haunt me a little bit.
Oh, but we have lots of fun. Hey, thank you so much for taking the time and showing us what you got here.
Thanks for coming.
You've got a great, clean
We're happy
facility.
To get the word out. We're very proud of what we do, and
You should
we have
be.
a great low-cost spay and neuter program too. One of the most successful ones with the spay and clinic. So
Yes.
if you call us about that or anything else, we're happy to have the business.
And you have a website,
We
obviously.
do have a website. It's the abbreviation for our name, which is Green Lake Area Animal Shelter. So it's GLAAS.org.
Gotcha.
And everything you need to know is on the website.
Fabulous. Well, ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nikki, thanks for stepping in. You're awesome.
Oh, well,
Hey, you know if nothing else works out, you get a future in like television hosting or something like maybe we can
oh,
maybe we can.
This guy really
Huh?
knows how to
Huh?
use it.
Yeah, that's
Thanks,
right.
Janine.
I got a BS and BS. Hey, thank you very much for stopping by NashFMWisconsin.com, and again checking out the confessional. And I don't. What do you?
Meanwhile,
Carson's
this
Christmas?
cat's getting a concussion.
Yeah, this guy. Sorry. What's this guy's name again?
Her name is Queenie,
name?
but we call her
Queenie.
Sad Clown Face or
That's right.
Andy
Sad clown
Rooney.
face. Sad clown
Oh,
face.
I love it.
Thanks again for stopping by. My name is Carson. We'll talk to you real soon. See ya.
Oh, always a